This episode is brought to you by Seed. Seed's DSO1 is a 2-in-1 probiotic and prebiotic designed for whole body health. Formulated with 24 clinically and scientifically studied strains, DSO1 offers benefits in and beyond the gut. See why DSO1 is the probiotic recommended by top doctors and nutritionists. Go to seed.com/Spotify for 25% off Seed's DSO1 Daily Symbiotic.
Apple Card is the credit card created by Apple. You earn 3% daily cash back up front when you use it to buy a new iPhone 15, AirPods, or any products at Apple. And you can automatically grow your daily cash at 4.15% annual percentage yield when you open a high-yield savings account. Apply for Apple Card in the Wallet app on iPhone. Apple Card subject to credit approval. Savings is available to Apple Card owners subject to eligibility. Savings accounts by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, member FDIC. Terms apply.
Hello and welcome to the Paddock and the Pavilion with Stephen Wallace. In each show, Stephen will interview someone connected to the world of horse racing or cricket.
All jockeys love to race ride. In part 2 of The Road to Recovery with Gavin Ashton, the young apprentice jockey opened up about his frustrations of not being able to ride and how this is affecting him mentally following recent news about his left leg, which he broke on the 22nd of March. Hello, Gavin. Thanks for joining me again for part 2 of The Road to Recovery. Last time we spoke, it was the 22nd of April, exactly a month after your compound fracture of your left leg. It's now the 10th of May. Are they still hammering you down at the Peter O'Sullivan house at the Injured Jockeys Fund?
Well, thank you very much for having me back on again. And yes, to be honest, my body is in bits right now as we speak, because I'm just getting killed in the gym all the time. But like recovery-wise, the legs doing extremely well. Yeah, they're doing a great job with me down there. My range of movement is excellent now. Got full range of movement in the ankle and in my knee, which was their priority early on. That's all come alight, and yeah, but now we're just making sure my body is as fit as it can be for when I can return. So at the moment, I'm getting slammed in the gym, but it's good. Yeah,
because I've seen on your Instagram post that after 4 weeks you were on the bike, and then after 6 weeks you were back on the simulator.
That's right, yeah. I mean, that's some people may argue that that's the best I've ever looked pushing a horse, but it's not. Like that wasn't great. I mean, it was very hard work doing that, and I probably wasn't ready for that to be on the simulator because of the quad not activating at the moment, and my quad isn't really playing ball. But that was just sort of a tick in the box mentally for me that I could do that and just be on it. That was just mentally a nice step to achieve, sort of thing. So yeah, that was it for me.
So you back on the simulator on a daily basis now?
No, they banned me from going on that because I was only meant to sit on it. And I sort of snuck in and tried to give it a good push on it. But that didn't end too well. I simply couldn't do it. Like I told myself I won't be back on that again anytime soon. Because so the healing of the leg is going great and everything, and I had my checkup at the hospital to have it re-x-rayed, make sure it's aligned right and everything, and they're thrilled with everything. The only problem is at the moment, I believe it's the femoral nerve in my quad just is not working. We're getting no signals from it, which means my quad muscles don't contract. So essentially this whole left leg, the quad, doesn't work. We get very slight movement out of it at the moment, but it's not working, which means I'm not able to do anything with that leg. Like even when I walk, sometimes it goes like jelly and sort of gives away. So I am now walking without crutches, just about, but it's not what I'm not walking correctly because that quad is not working, which sadly has really, really set me back, both physically and mentally, to be honest. But yeah, that's our main priority at the moment, to get that quad working.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear what you just said, Gavin. What are they doing to help you with that particular sort of problem you've got?
So I got referred. I had to go for a nerve conduction test because we knew the quad wasn't working, so we needed to find out why. We thought it was the nerves, so I went for a nerve conduction test at Addenbrooke's Hospital. They did that. The results showed that yes, it was the femoral nerve that wasn't working. I've been in contact with Dr. Jerry Hill. The results of the test were sent to him. He has now referred to me to the top nerve specialist. I think his name is Tom Quick. And now he's got the findings of he's got the results. So he asked me yesterday for my letters of discharge from the German hospital. So they're going to look through the discharge papers, see what type of operation they did, what happened, to see if they can come to a conclusion as to why that's not working. And hopefully, I'm a bit in the dark at the minute. Like, it's just waiting for the specialist to get back to me to come up with a plan. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't know whether he needs to see me or whether he can say, you just do this and it gets working. I doubt that's the case, but or whether he says, right, it'll take this number of weeks. To be honest, I would personally like to be given a timescale, like to say, oh yeah, it'll be back working in X number of weeks, or even if it is months, I'd like to know, because at the moment I'm just really not sure as to when and where I'll be going. Like the physio said, once I've done this leg, if everything goes well, it's a 10 to 12 week recovery period. Now everyone's like, because it's nerves, we don't know. And that's really mentally frustrating, because as you know, my big goal was to get back for the German derby and get riding in that. And now it's annoying because it's kind of frustrating in a way, because everyone obviously try and say such positive things to you, like, oh, don't worry, your time will come and all this. But I've heard that a million times now, and I'm just getting sick of it, if I'm honest. I can't really bother listening to it. And I know my time will come. No one needs to tell me that. And I know it'll get better soon, and I'll be back doing it and all this. I've just heard it so many times. It's frustrating now. It's just like, right, yeah, cheers, I've heard that. And it's quite strange when I look at it from a mental point of view. Like this morning, I asked one of the physios, I said, look, am I going to be back like around the 13th of June type thing? And he says, oh, I doubt it by then. And then I really started thinking negatively about it. I started thinking, well, that's the ride in the German derby gone. That's that. I'm going to miss this. And it just gets you down so much. But then when I was just out in the garden with the dogs and I was just watching them run around and that, I just started thinking about it and thinking and just walking. I was like, oh, look, I can walk. So a few weeks I'll be doing proper exercise on it. And then I start talking myself back into it that, yeah, I'll be fine actually. And it's strange how mentally just thinking positively can really change the perspective of things and that. But at the moment, it just seems to be going up and down all the time. Like the 1 minute, yes, I'll be back for the derby. Next thing, no, I won't be. And it's just, like I say, it's just all unknown. Like timescale is just unknown at the moment.
But you're being well monitored, aren't you? So you're being well monitored. You're getting very good care. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt, like the care is unbelievable. And like I say, the facilities and everything that they're doing for me at the IJF is absolutely unbelievable. It's incredible. I can't thank them enough, really. To be honest, they're absolutely fantastic. I mean, that's brilliant.
And you're still at the gym every day, yeah?
Every day, yeah. I'm actually this week going to start going twice a day to the gym, because I'll go and do my strength and conditioning in the morning. So I'll be in the hydrotherapy pool, stretch the leg, get walking properly on the underwater treadmill, all that. Then I see the physio. I have the game ready ice machine on it, freeze it, and then we put the Compex on it to contract the muscles to get them working. And then I'm in the gym for an hour and we do strength and conditioning. But I'm really starting to see my weight go up now, which again, mentally frustrates me. And I can see it in my body as well that I'm not how I want to look. You know, there's not how I've looked over the last 4 years when I've been riding, because now I am not doing as much. The weight does go up. That's normal. And all the doctors, all the physios are like, oh, don't worry about that. It's fine. We'll get it down. But it's all good saying that. It's frustrating. So now I'm going to start going twice a day. So I'll do a cardio session on my own in the afternoon. But yeah, at the moment, all I do is see the scales going up and my bank balance going down. So it's just frustrating, if I'm honest.
Well, thanks very much for being so open and frank about it. I'm sure anyone listening to this will be feeling for you, and I hope that you are back riding again as soon as possible. But you've obviously got to do what you're supposed to do, and to a certain extent, take your time. But jockeys always want to have a target, don't they? And beat the target and get back riding, don't you? Yeah,
exactly. That's the thing. Look, I don't want people. I'm not like putting a poverty card and like want people's sympathy and all that. I know, like I've said from day one, I know I'm in a very lucky position. I've got very lucky people. I've got very good people looking after me. I've got great people around me and everything and all that. So I know I'm in a very lucky situation. But equally, it's just what you go through, you know. You're going to have those up and down days. And I know I've got a lot of people to talk to, and I do have them down days. But equally, it's like I'll be honest, it is just frustrating at times. But yeah, I could be in a lot worse situation. And like I said from the start, I'm lucky it's only a broken leg. But yeah, it is frustrating, if I'm honest.
Do you miss the not just the riding, but the sort of camaraderie and the being at the races and riding out in the mornings?
If I'm honest, all I'm thinking about is races at the moment. If I'm completely honest, I've not even really thought too much. I've not really thought too much into that. I just want to get back riding races. That is all I want to do. And to be honest, just earning some money, because at the moment I'm on absolutely no money. So I was very unlucky in the sense that I was self-employed when I went out to Germany, and on the very first morning this happened, and the insurance is the bare minimum, sadly, financially wise. So that's playing a big finance playing a big part of the negativity as well, to be honest. If I'm completely honest, it's all good and well living out of savings, but that's not what my savings are for. So yeah, it's frustrating, but yeah, I just want to get back winning races and earning some money, if I'm honest.
And while you've been off, what other things have you been able to do? Have you been keeping up with watching them? Did you watch the Guineas Festival? And I know you follow Manchester United, which that's probably not good news either. But,
oh no, that's that's the last thing I want to be watching at the moment. That just frustrates things even more. I reckon I could play better than half of them with this leg at the moment, and probably do a better job. But I live at the Kempford here at the pub, a restaurant, sorry, and luckily I keep myself busy pottering around here. I can't really be working here. I'm not like practically able to do much. Like I can potter around the kitchen and help out and do things like that. I mean, I've offered to drive a few of the jockeys to the races, you know, when they request, when they need a driver for the day, when they're doing long trips. I've offered a few of the lads to do that, and they've said they'll take me up on that. So that'll be good. That'll get me out. Well, to be honest, I've got lots of friends around here that have been great to me. Like, I go out for meals with people like that. I mean, Kieran Fallon took me to Kempton the other day just for an afternoon out. I just hopped in the car with him and headed down there, and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. I'd love to just go on a walk, something as simple as that, but I can't really do that. Obviously, I've got the 2 Rottweilers here that I absolutely love playing with in the garden, that keeping me busy. But yeah, I'm trying to keep as busy and active as I can. Really, yeah.
And have you been able to see your mum and dad?
So we had a family weekend away on the bank holiday weekend. I am planning on doing that soon. Going up to them soon, or they would talk about coming down for a weekend. So at the moment, my priorities through the week solely lie with the gym. I really don't want to be missing much time there. I mean, the physios have said, Gav, look, there's no harm in taking a few days off if you want to go and do something. And luckily, I've got my better half coming here in a month's time from America. So that's great that she'll be here with me. Like I say, I'm hoping that I pray that I'll be back in Germany by then, but the sad reality of it is that I don't think I will be, but I don't really want to tell myself that. But yeah, I'm just trying to keep busy. Yeah.
Well, thanks again, Gavin, for joining me in part 2 of this Road to Recovery. Thank you again for being so open and frank, and I'm sure all the listeners will wish you all the best to speed up your recovery. And
thank you very much.
I'm sure they'll keep hammering you at the IGF, who I know you've got great regard for. And hopefully we'll catch up again in, say, a couple of weeks' time when we hopefully have some better news on how things are going for you.
That's fantastic. Yeah, thank you very much for having me on again, and I look forward to that in a few weeks. Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to The Paddock and the Pavilion. You can download the show on Apple Podcasts,
Amazon Music,
SoundCloud, Stitcher and Spotify.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at The Pad and Pav. Don't forget, if you like the show, please do leave us a rating and review.
Sports Social Podcast Network.
Looking for a fun way to win 25 times your money this football and basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/play100 and use code play100. That's code play100 at prizepicks.com/play100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.